We are live. Q&A. I'm over here watching this Laker game. Let me talk to y'all real quick. I ain't talked to y'all while I watch sports in a long time. Been about a year. I think last year during the playoffs was the last time I did this. Holla at y'all. Look at this here. Anthony Davis dribbling on Jokic. Denver up 71-63. Head up. Oh, step back. Brick. Denver with the rebound. Michael Porter Jr., light skin to Jokic. Light skin Porter Jr. Oh, that look like a travel to Jokic. Jokic to KCP, the only dark skinned nigga on the squad. Bucket. Come on in here, y'all. Let's talk some shit. Denver up 73-63 on the Lakers. Oh my God, what an abysmal time to be a Laker fan. You got a stat pattern queen and a bad team. Well, I don't say a bad team. Anthony Davis is balling. But Lakers is losing. What's up, Don Philly? What's up, NBA? Bucket, AD. 73-67 Lakers. Okay, Lakers within 6. What y'all talking about in the chat? Still got this shit in my goddamn eye. What y'all talking about in the chat? Jamal Murray looking like a mushroom top. Then Jamal Murray look like the goddamn mushroom toadstool on Mario Brothers with that afro of his. Oh, okay. Lakers within 4, 73-69. LeBron with the layup. 10-point lead ain't shit in the NBA no more. Okay. Oh, good pass. Ooh, wraparound pass to Aaron Gordon. Yeah. Kendrick is dropping something? I have no clue. I don't know Kendrick was dropping something, Black McBain. Let me Google that real quick. Since I'm already here on my computer. Is he dropping something? I don't see him. I don't see nothing where it says Kendrick is dropping anything. How good was Mitch Richmond? Mitch Richmond in 93, Michael Jordan, when he first retired, wrote a book. I forgot the name of that book, but it was an all-white book. I used to have that book. And he talked about how Mitch Richmond was the hardest cat in the league for him to guard. That's how great Mitch Richmond was. He just played in the bad Sacramento team. During the years, there was no NBA League Pass. So a lot of people didn't really get to see Mitch Richmond. But Mitch Richmond was a cold motherfucker. By the time Mitch got to the Lakers, he was like, his career was done. He couldn't move the way he used to move. He didn't have the same game by the time he got to the Lakers. That was like right before he retired. But if you're talking about 1996, 1997 Mitch Richmond, one of the coldest motherfuckers to ever play basketball. If Mitch Richmond played on the New York Knicks, he would be a household name. Put it like that. Hell, if you get a team with Mitch and Patrick Ewing, you probably get 3 championships out of that. Jordan does not get 6 championships. Ewing and Jordan are splitting them championships. If Ewing had a teammate like see, the thing that got Jordan had Scottie Pippen, somebody that could really keep the game rolling when he was on the bench. Ewing, when Patrick Ewing would go to the bench with the Knicks, The other team would catch back up. Whatever lead was built while Ewing was on the court will be gone by the time Ewing got back on the court. That was Ewing's issue. That's why he couldn't get over the hump. But if you get him with someone like a Mitch, say with Mitch Richmond would be balling. But the minute Mitch would go to the bench, the Kings would get routed. And those 5 minutes Mitch is on the bench, the plus minus is like minus 15. When he on the court, the team will be plus 6. When he's off the court, they'll be like minus 15. That's the kind of game Mitch Richmond had. He's never got team with the right mix. And had Golden State kept Chris Mullin and Tim Hardaway together instead of trading Mitch Richmond for Billy Owens, they would have that would have been a squad. What am I? So I said, find a live stream that isn't trans. Hey, I be happy when I watch a TV show and it ain't one of them on there. Just regular people. So my thoughts on Rondo's career. Rondo was the first Celtic that I liked. I hate the Celtics. I'm a Laker fan. I can't stand the Celtics. I like Paul Pierce too. But with him being the Celtics, it was always like, man, fuck Paul Pierce. But when Rondo came around, I tried to hate Rondo, but his game was just too pure for me to hate. Like, God damn, Rondo was one of the smartest players I've ever seen play basketball. Rajon Rondo was the shit, boy. That motherfucker ran an offense and knew how to move the chess pieces around the board on the court at the highest level. My favorite team was my favorite iteration of Rondo was Rondo with the Pelicans. When Rondo, that half a season, when he had DeMarcus Cousins and Anthony Davis, I wish that squad got to stay together. If that Pelican squad with Anthony Davis and DeMarcus Cousins doesn't get injured, and because AD didn't get hurt that year, DeMarcus got hurt. If DeMarcus doesn't get hurt, they probably make the Western Conference Finals that year and lose to Golden State. Duncan's career is low-key overrated, okay? I'll never say Duncan's career is underrated. Tim Duncan always played with great teams. His first 2 championships was what you got to realize. The Spurs were a championship team before Tim Duncan got there. The only reason why he went there was because the Spurs tanked to get Tim Duncan. David Robinson got injured for the season, and when David Robinson got injured, they tanked. But the year before that, they were in the Western Conference Finals with Sean Elliott, Avery Johnson, Dennis Rodman. The year before that, the Spurs were a good squad all throughout the night. They had a squad. Don't get it twisted. Tim Duncan got drafted by a squad that his best player had gotten hurt, and so he tanked to get him. So the next year, David Robinson comes back, and no, he wasn't quite the same David Robinson that he was before the injury, but he's still David fucking Robinson, and he's the one guarding Shaq without Tim Duncan. Okay? Because whenever you put Tim Duncan on the court with Shaq, Tim Duncan was toast. Tim Duncan couldn't do shit with Shaq. But Shaq could definitely guard Tim Duncan. That was the thing about it. Tim couldn't guard Shaq, but Shaq could guard Tim. And then Tony Parker and Manu Ginobili were 2 unstoppable players. And that said, that middle championship Spurs run team was they had 3 generations of championship teams. The first one with Steven Jackson coming off the bench, man. And then we get that second iteration of Spurs championship team. We got Manu Ginobili and Tony Parker. They had the deepest bench in the league. They had Antonio McDyess coming off the bench. I mean, they would always have Fabrizio Roberto, Rosso Listerovich. They would always have somebody that can guard Shaq for Tim Duncan. The Spurs always had somebody to put on Shaq because Tim Duncan couldn't fuck with him. Tim Duncan basically played center every game except for when Shaq was on the court. When Shaq was on the court, Tim Duncan was a power forward. But when Shaq wasn't on the court, he for the most part played center. Tim Duncan, with all those great teams, he never went back-to-back. He would have these weird seasons, and Tim Duncan would never get criticized for his down seasons. Tim Duncan would have these, the reason that Spurs team should have gone back-to-back a couple times. But after the Spurs win a championship, Tim Duncan would usually have a bad season. He's a bad free throw shooter. And I remember one year, I think he averaged let me look. What year was that? Let me go to Basketball Reference since I'm on my computer. Let me go to Basketball Reference. Tim Duncan. Let me go to, it would be a few, Tim Duncan would have these up and down seasons where one season he killing, the next season he ain't shit. Well, I won't say ain't shit, but he ain't playing that good. That's what it was. It was in 2005 when they won a championship, he averaged 20. The next year he averaged 18. And then he would always have these dips in production, especially when the playoffs came. But he never got criticized for it. They never ever parsed apart Tim Duncan's game. So he's accurately rated. I would say. He's upgraded for the Spurs to beat Miami. And Miami ought to feel ashamed of itself. Tim Duncan was old as fuck by the time they beat the Spurs, Miami. Man, Tim Duncan was old as hell. That wasn't even prime Tim Duncan. Hell, Parker and Ginobili were old then, too. That was Kawhi's team. This shit now, Denver up 85-77. Oh, still, man, if you don't get this old Tyler Perry acting looking ass nigga, Vincent off the Lakers. Can't stand that nigga coming to the game. Bad pass, Aaron Gordon. That nigga Aaron Gordon, hey, don't that nigga Aaron Gordon look like, he looked like that black kid that was raised by a white mama. Well, not him, that's Reggie Jackson right there. I don't want to keep the game on. Here we go. There we go. Pass it in to, okay. 87-77. Spencer Dinwiddie, LA native, to the basket. Oh, bucket. That's LA native right there, Spencer Dinwiddie. This nigga Aaron Gordon with the ball. He like that black kid that was raised by a white mama, don't he? Jamal Murray, team light skin. Denver's team mulatto. They trying to replace Golden State as the primary mulatto team in the NBA. Look at these. Mulatto Porter Jr. The Denver Nuggets is the all Melungeon team. Spencer Dinwiddie, LA, California in the house. Screen and roll to Anthony Davis. Nope. Aaron Gordon with the rebound. Passed it off. Oh, that nigga missed it. That motherfucker look like somebody who missed all his homework assignments. Dinwiddie, this nigga right here, Vincent, look like Tyler Perry, light-skinned villain. Anthony Davis in the bucket. Oh, no, foul. Can't keep it on there too long. I don't want to get no strikes. Yeah. You see here. Is a Clippers are most definitely in play to win a championship. If they can stay healthy, that's the biggest thing, staying healthy. Anthony Davis misses the. LeBron's about to let me see how many times has LeBron been swept. How many times has LeBron... Is he about to pass Shaq? Okay. Okay, just 3 times so far. 2 times so far. No, they got swept by the Spurs that second. No, it was 4-1. That was a 4-1 sweep. Okay, this will be the 3rd time. So yeah. Boy, so now he ain't called to Shaq. Then nobody gets swept like Shaq. Shaq stayed getting swept. And that's why people always be like, well, Kobe had Shaq. You mean the nigga that got swept every year in the goddamn 90s? Anytime somebody says Kobe had Shaq, go look up his Shaq's playoff records in the 90s. That nigga Shaq is 0 for the 90s. That motherfucker got swept in 90. I think did he get swept in 93? I know he got swept in 94. Got swept in the 95 finals. Got swept by the Bulls in 96. Got swept by the Utah Jazz twice with the Lakers. And got swept by the Spurs. That nigga Shaq kept getting goddamn swept until Kobe got into his own. Yeah. Now the Suns ain't gonna no 4 on the Lakers. Hell nah. Yeah. And somebody get these obvious white people out the chat room. If you see like an obvious honky come in the chat, mods, get them up out of here. We got obvious honkies in the chat. Get the obvious honkies out of here. Yeah. Now, I didn't about the Rockets. I said he got swept in 95. I said he got swept in 95. He played the Rockets in 95, right? There you go. Michael Porter was 16 points. AD with a corner pass to Spencer Dinwiddie. AD one-on-one with Jokic. They zoning AD up. Look how they zoning AD. Look how they got 3 around him. Look at that zone on AD. They zoning up on AD right now. Good defensive plan. Ooh, good shot. Good shot. Good shot. That motherfucker look like Damari Carroll. Y'all remember Damari Carroll back in the day? Oh, here comes Jamal Murray. This the nigga that be pissing the Lakers off a lot right here. This nigga right here. And then you got, that's like a flex pin down screen to Jokic. They wanted to flex on these niggas. They are running the flex on the Lakers. Look at this. Look at this. Look at this. Look at that. Look at that defense. 3 people right there on AD. Damn. Can we get AD some help? Let's trade LeBron for a lot of help for AD. Let's do that. Come on, Lakers. LeBron ain't getting these niggas out. LeBron ain't doing shit to stop the Lakers from getting swept. Let's trade LeBron and let's surround Anthony Davis with some niggas with heart and energy. Yeah. So here we go. There we go. Yeah. Oh, yeah. LeBron with the ball, pass it over to the corner. Oh, shit. This Damari Carroll looking nigga on the Lakers is balling. Jokic with the ball. Oh, that's a travel. That should have called that travel. Jamal Murray, they were trying to run an ISO with Jokic on LeBron. That could have been a foul on LeBron. Okay, now we got Rui being guarding Jokic. Michael Porter needs to pass that back down. Are you lucky he made that shot? That's some shit you want to repost. Hell yeah, get DeJounte Murray. You get Murray with AD. We got a squad at the. Yeah, you're right. You get Murray with AD. We got a squad at that point. Man, go Mac. Yeah, I've been a Laker fan my whole life since the '80s. It's hard. I'm only kind of watching now. Just it's hard for me to watch these niggas, man. It's hard to watch these niggas. It is hard to watch these niggas. He right. Michael Porter don't be passing. Man, 97-86 Denver. Let's trade LeBron, man. Let's get some draft picks and some good role, another star, some role players, man. Kermit Goss must listen to me with wax in his ears. Who the fuck said I don't watch basketball anymore? God damn, these niggas. I said I don't watch basketball as much as I used to. God damn. I be hearing that shit all the time. You don't basketball anymore. I said I don't watch as much as I used to. God damn. That means if I say I don't watch as much as I used to, that means I still watch. I used to watch 3-4 games a day on NBA League Pass. The 4 o'clock game on the East Coast. Then I was at 5 o'clock, 5:30 when the games from the Midwest would start coming on. I turn them and be flipping back and forth between that game and the first game. And then at 7 o'clock, when the games from the West Coast come on, turn that game on. Be flipping back and forth between the Midwest games and the West Coast games. And then at 9 o'clock when all the Midwest games are over with, be watching the West Coast games. I don't do that anymore. Doesn't mean I don't still watch basketball. I'm just no longer obsessed with basketball the way I used to be. Is that clear? Just not obsessed with basketball the way I used to be. Can't blame Rob Pelinka. Rob Pelinka put together a good team. You have a salary cap. You can't blame him. Lakers have a salary cap. When you pay LeBron all your money, and then remember it was LeBron's idea to get Russell Westbrook. The Lakers were going to go after DeMar DeRozan for a lot less. LeBron wanted Westbrook. So the Lakers got 3 players with max deals. So that means you only have enough money to sign certain level of role players. A high IQ point guard is going to cost you $50 million in 4 years, $50 million. 4 years, $80 million. Well, when you have 3 players that are all getting $20 million a season, you don't have that 4th contract to give to a high IQ point guard. So you can't blame the general manager for that. You blame the salary cap for that. There's no salary cap. Then yeah, the Lakers get another. They just pay a lot of money for another point guard. But why would a high IQ point guard sacrifice money to play with an old ass LeBron James? Not happening. You dig? I wish the Lakers would have kept Westbrook and got rid of LeBron, honestly, because go back to when middle of last year, when LeBron was out, when it was just Westbrook and AD, the Lakers were fine. The Lakers were winning whenever you have a combination of Westbrook and AD, the Lakers were winning. If you surround them with some shooters and a little better, if you trade LeBron and you trade LeBron for a strong bench around those two, they probably won't win a championship unless you get another star. But they definitely ain't getting swept in the first round either. Ain't nothing wrong with Darvin Ham either. I'm tired of the coach getting blamed. No. The Lakers, Denver just has a better team. It's not the coach's fault. I'm looking here. I like when I look at the coach, I'm looking at what you running. All right, here. When the Lakers, Darvin Ham had a really good game plan yesterday. The Lakers in the fourth quarter got away from the game plan. That is the responsibility of the players on the court. You knew AD was rolling. You keep feeding him. That's not the coach. As a player, you got to be smart enough to go with the hot end. But the Lakers kept shooting up, jacking up jump shots yesterday. That was great defense by AD, and Jokic still scored. Great defense. Here we go. Look at that. Pitch post. AD with the ball. That should have been a foul. Michael Porter to Jokic. Jokic passes it over to Murray. Murray back to Jokic. Jokic to the corner to Caldwell Pope. Bucket. Oh, yeah, lucky he missed that. Get the rebound, goddammit. There we go. Shit. D'Angelo Russell looking like a volleyball player. What are you doing, D-Russ? You better make it. No, he didn't make it. He did not make it. That was a bad shot. See? That's not the coach's fault. That's a bad shot. 20 seconds left on the shot clock. Here come this nigga right here like he was raised by a white mama with a black dad that wasn't around. To Jokic. Pin down screen to Jamal Murray. Hook around. Ooh! He missed it. Good. LeBron with the ball. LeBron bringing it back across the half-court line. LeBron with a nice back bounce pass to Hashimura. Ooh, and he got bailed out. Ooh, that nigga got bailed out. Man, they be giving my Lakers all the calls. They be giving my Lakers all the calls, boy. Good point. Clinton should have just kept Pippen Jr. Yep. Westbrook was most definitely the scapegoat. They scapegoated Russell Westbrook, and look at the Lakers in the same goddamn position. Meanwhile, the Clippers in the playoffs they win. At least they ain't getting swept. Hashimura misses the first free throw. Standing at the line, free throw number 2. Come on, Yashitashi. Oh, he missed both of them. And chat room, we don't get talking about that Devin Haney fight after this, all right? After this game is over with, we're going to talk about the Devin Haney fight. Oh, good defense. Okay, they went ahead on the screen. Lakers with Jokic. Look at this action that Denver's running. Look at this. Porter. That nigga Porter does not, you right. I don't know who said that in the chat earlier, but that nigga Porter does not pass the ball. LeBron pulls up. That's a bad shot. See, D-Russ took a bad shot, then LeBron takes a bad shot. That's not the coach's fault. That's not the coach's fault. Now, that's a good shot. That's a good shot. Missed it. That's a good shot. They swung it around the horn. It was open. I'll take that. Okay, but Gordon with the ball. Look at this action they run. They're about to run it. Here it come. They call timeout. That's not the coach's fault. Yeah. Yeah, man. He said Denver's a bully taking lunch money. Yep. You mean poor Brian? Ain't no goddamn poor Brian. Get your ass out there on the court and do something about it. LeBron has the biggest sorry sack, soft shit of group of fans I've ever seen in my goddamn life. They will give that nigga all the excuses instead of telling him to get out, to get his ass out there on the court and do something about it. Yeah. He said Denver. If you want to ask a girl out and you asking me for smooth lines, then you're not going to get her. That's my advice. If you have to ask me for smooth lines, it's not going to happen. So just talk to the girl and be yourself. Yeah, they're going to fire Darvin Ham. Yeah, they will fire Darvin Ham. Yes, they will. And they're going to scapegoat him the same way they scapegoated Frank Vogel, the same way they scapegoated Russell Westbrook. And what's going to happen? As long as LeBron is there, they're still going to lose their asses in the first round if they make the playoffs at all. What's up, Scotty Jenkins? Yeah. Lakers aren't competitive. The Lakers. Look, man. The Lakers have LeBron here so LeBron can make fucking movies. All right. And that's what all this whole bullshit thing's about. That's all it is. They gave him a cheap ass bubble trophy that nobody respects. But overall, LeBron's tenure as the Lakers has been a failure. Missed the playoffs twice. First and from nothing but first round exits in the real seasons. I ain't talking about the fake bubble seasons. Oh, you say you drive from Cleveland to Kentucky? How's the weather? And how long of a drive is that? He said bad remakes of that. Yeah. And I would love if we get Trae Young. The Lakers get trade Rory for Trae Young and AD, and then trade LeBron for a bench. Give us Trae Young, AD, and trade LeBron for 5 strong role players, nigga. We in the game. We are in the game. LeBron's not the first option. He shouldn't be the first option. AD's the first option, but the Lakers are run through them. Do AD. The point doesn't get the ball to AD, and AD don't get his ass on the block and demand the ball. $38 degrees, clear skies. That's dope. Round trip, 8-hour round trip. That's dope. Hell yeah, Anthony Edwards is the face of the NBA. Next, yep. I like that motherfucker, Anthony Edwards, because like one of my favorite all-time players is Kevin Durant. And when I saw Anthony Edwards going at KD, I like that shit, man. See, a lot of these new, what's up, G? A lot of these new basketball players act like hoes. Why is there somebody arguing and going with somebody who? No, I like the competition. Even though I'm a huge Kevin Durant, I love Kevin Durant's game, and I was pulling for Kevin Durant to win. To see Anthony Edwards go at him the way he did, that was just like pure basketball. I love that shit. Y'all need to let that shit about KD going to the Warriors go, man. That shit's so goddamn weak. It's no way. I will never listen to anybody get mad at KD for going to the Warriors if you're not equally more mad at LeBron for going to the Heat. LeBron going to the Heat with Dwayne Wade was the absolute weakest move in NBA history. Let's know. What KD did was respond. Because you have KD with a squad in Oklahoma City, they could never surround him with strong shooting role players, a good bench, or the things that he needs to win a championship. So when he does, but he's still at the same time, even though he's not working with the third greatest shooting guard of all time in Dwayne Wade, and a top 3 power forward in the league at the time, Chris Bosh, you working with a different set of tools, but you being judged by the same standard. Hell yeah, the reaction is going to be, look, man, basketball is no different than the laws of the universe and the laws of physics. For every great action, there's going to be equal and opposite reaction. LeBron doing that whole cheating shit, going to the Miami Heat, that was the action. KD saying, fuck it, I'm going to the Warriors was the reaction. That LeBron left the Heat, instead of staying with the Heat for them to put the team back together, he goes with certain future Hall of Famers, Kevin Love and Kyrie Irving. That motherfucker had 2 super teams, and Kevin Durant's one. And y'all get stuck on Kevin Durant, man, let that shit go. I didn't like the move of KD going to the Warriors either. I didn't like it either. But I understood it. Because it's like, hold on, how y'all gonna compare me to this nigga? This nigga jumping super team to super team to super team, and I'm being judged by the same standard when I got Andre Roberson up here airballing 3-pointers in the corner every time I pass on the ball. Yeah. And Russell Westbrook ain't got no goddamn timing. Always turning the goddamn ball over with stupid-ass plays. Yeah, I'm going to make this move. I get KD making that move, even though I didn't like it. LeBron made 2 whole moves to 1. That's just what it is. And then LeBron went to go learn from D Wade and still only won 2 out of 4. Had the greatest fucking team ever assembled and only win 50% winning championships. And niggas is mad at KD for doing it once? Fuck out of here. KD, all right. KD, all right. And LeBron could have gone to the Chicago Bulls and still won, but he chose to go to Miami and super team it up. So, yeah, that's what happens. The 2000 teens was the decade of the fake super team by fake-ass stars. And the primary ones are LeBron James, number 1, then KD. The face of basketball make a whole ass move like that, yeah, other niggas are gonna do it too. Especially when they're being judged by the same standard. People wasn't saying, okay, let's not judge KD because he didn't leave his team to join the super team. No one was saying that. They were saying, well, KD, yeah, we know Russell Westbrook throwing the ball all out of nowhere, and OKC fucked that team off by trading away James Harden and never getting good shooting to surround KD and Westbrook so they could spread the floor. Had a horrible ass coach in Scott Brooks, who also ran the Washington Wizards into the ground when he went there. No one say none of that. Nah. You're right, Seor. When Denver took the lead, LeBron quit. Just this game. It started stat and pass. You see, now the game is out of reach. LeBron went and scored a quick 4 points. That's how he gets down. No, LeBron did not drag bums to the finals. That's another fucking lie. That was the best they had the best record in the NBA. They were not bums. Drew Gooden was not a bum. Larry Hughes was not a bum. Eric Snow had been on 3 different finals teams on that team. Seattle and Philadelphia. Zydrunas Ilgauskas, multi-time All-Star. Zydrunas Ilgauskas wasn't a bum when he was on Miami. So how was he a bum in Cleveland? They did not drag no damn bums to the finals. That was a good team. That was a really good team that Cleveland had. You know what they were missing? They were missing LeBron James to show up in the fourth quarter. That's what they were missing. They were a good team. Cleveland had a good team. And when it comes to 06, the Eastern Conference had a lot of bad teams that made the finals. As a matter of fact, the worst team to make the finals that decade was the 2002 New Jersey Nets. That was the worst team to make the finals. The second worst team to make the finals that decade was the 2001 Philadelphia 76ers. Now, Allen Iverson, yeah. He did drag a bunch of niggas to I won't say bums, but he did drag them niggas to the finals. Jason Kidd, Richard Jefferson was a rookie. Kenyon Martin was in his second year. Jason Kidd took a whole bunch of players that had been playing in the NBA for less than 3 seasons to the finals. Like, people give like LeBron this extra pass, like, oh, he just did this monumental thing, taking this team to the finals. Nigga, the 2000s Eastern Conference wasn't shit. You'd have a good team, like the Pistons were a good team, the Heat were good teams, and I'm talking about the Dwayne Wade Heat before LeBron got there. Those were good. That was a good team that got to the finals against Dallas. Indiana in 2000 was a pretty good team that got to the finals, but it was a bunch of like not that many not good teams that made the finals in the East. And can you give LeBron credit if the motherfucking team got swept? They got swept. Like, they didn't even compete in that finals. That shit should have never happened. At least Iverson competed against the 01 Lakers that had swept the West, and Iverson got a win out of that. Iverson was the only one to beat the 01 Lakers. That team would have gone perfect in the playoffs. LeBron didn't even compete. So no, you don't know. There's no, at least he got to the finals. No. He took a pretty good team to the finals, and they didn't even compete when they got there. Fuck out of here. No, LeBron did not beat the Pistons team that beat the Lakers. They beat the Lakers in 04. LeBron beat them in when? 07. They had gotten the 4 straight conference finals. The team was over and done. They were at the end of their run. And LeBron wasn't the only one that beat them. Go back to game 6. Nigga, Booby Gibson beat them. I'm a basketball encyclopedia. Go back and watch game 6 of that Eastern Conference Finals and see if Booby Gibson wasn't the coldest motherfucker on the court. And LeBron disappeared that game 6. That was a good team. When one player wouldn't step up, another player did. And that's how they got to the finals. LeBron had a great game 5, and then Booby Gibson closed them out with a great game 6. That was not the same team. Different bench. They were much older. Rip Hamilton was at the end of his career because he had all them injuries. No. This wasn't 04 Rip Hamilton that could run up and down the court. This was 07 Rip Hamilton that was 2 years from leaving the NBA, okay? Not the same team. 3 years apart. And 4 years of battles and wars. Great teams usually get 3 to 4 years on a run before they got to recycle that team out. That's why the Lakers won 3 in a row. And then when the Spurs beat the Lakers in 03, it's because the Lakers the role players were done. They have to recycle the team out. Get new bench players, get new role players, get new players around the team because teams age out. Same thing with the Miami Heat, with LeBron and the Heatles. Remember the 4th year with the Heat? They were done. They were 8. Wade got old overnight. The next year, Chris Bosh had them lung injuries. Teams cycle out. After about 4 years, after they win championships, they cycle out. The Lakers went to 3 straight finals, and what happened the 4th year? They got swept by Dallas. Teams cycle out. The Pistons aged out. That's all that was. The Pistons aged out. That's all that was. The Pistons aged out. And then they got to the finals and got smacked. Didn't even compete in the finals. That is so not the same team. 04 and 07. See, what happens is y'all watch ESPN, y'all don't be understanding how important role players and bench players are. Shooters, floor spreaders. What did LeBron do in 2018 that's never been done before? Tell me. Tell me. I swear LeBron fans be lowering the bars like a motherfucker. And the Lakers just lost again. God damn it. Hey, I'm about to throw my hoodie on. We about to go outside and smoke. Y'all about to go outside and smoke for me. Let me put my hoodie on. I'll be back in about 30 seconds, y'all. Okay, motherfuckers. I'm back. I'm back. I'm back. I'm back. Lakers got their ass whooped and I'm back. Nigga said, bring out the Swiffer. Now, I agree with you right there, my brother. Shit. Got her ass whooped again. Shit. And some bullshit. Bring out the Swiffer. Last name first. That's all I'm trying to say. That's all I'm trying to say, brother. We can't be getting swept so many times. Niggas can lose. I get it. But goddamn, swept? You know, you get swept every other year, every few years. You know, shit happens. You know what I mean? But this just give me flashback to when Shaq first came. This just give me flashbacks to Shaq's early years. Hold on 1 second. Oh, yeah. You want wine? How you feeling?
I feel all right.
You want some wine?
I'll take
All right, I'm gonna crack one open, then I'm gonna go down and finish my live. All right, cool. Hold on. cut my goddamn camera. I gotta cover it. I ain't gonna let you niggas see inside my house. Let me crack open this wine, and then we about to go outside and smoke. Oh, why couldn't Lakers beat Utah? Hey, Isaiah, table that question for when I light my joint. When I light my joint, Isaiah, ask me that question again, okay? Let me see here. I'm gonna get some of this a cap front. All right, hold on. A Sasquatch?
It don't matter.
I'll get a Sasquatch cap front. Yeah, I'll get a Sasquatch one for now.
What year?
This is 18. Okay. 18. Hold on. Yeah, I'm gonna get into why. I'm gonna get into why the Lakers lost to Utah when I light this blunt. But let me pour my wine first. Hold on. And then we're gonna talk about the fight, Devin Haney fight, and the fallout. One second. There we go. Let me pour this wine. Ask that question in about 2 minutes. Let's see what y'all talking about. Let me just say a Thunderbird. Hold on 1 second, y'all. Here you go. Alright, I'm about to be in the back. Alright, cool. I'm about to light this blunt. Let me see. So ask that question in 1 minute. All right, come on. One second, y'all. One second. Lock this shit up. All right. So, you asked me, why did the Lakers get swept by the 1998 and 97 Utah Jazz? And that's a very good question. Why did we get swept? Here's why Lakers got swept. Utah had this pick and roll system with Stockton and Malone, coached by Jerry Sloan, that used to confuse out of the Lakers. That pick and roll system that they won and that they ran in Utah, first off, that shit The Lakers had coach Dale Harris, and Dale Harris wasn't shit. Dale Harris looked like the nigga from Naked Gun, and come on now, right? Dale Harris, okay, yeah. So yeah, I'm breaking. Yeah, the Wi-Fi be tripping when I'm standing. Anyway, the Lakers had the coach from Naked Gun, and Coach Leslie Nielsen could not handle Jerry Sloan. Jerry Sloan used to coach circles around Dale Harris. Second, you got to realize the NBA has evolved a lot. In the 90s, it took teams longer to mature and gel together. Outside of Magic Johnson, that's what made Magic so exceptional with the Lakers and him winning as a rookie. Outside of Magic Johnson winning as a rookie with the Lakers, teams usually needed about 3 to 4 years together to start winning championship. When you're talking about the Houston Rockets, when you're talking about the Bulls, the Pistons, the Celtics, teams needed time to gel back then. Today's NBA shit kind of comes together a lot faster. It's like when 2000 hit, the Lakers won, but the Lakers had their time to gel. But as the 2000s came, teams started to gel a lot faster to where they only needed a year or two together to start doing it. And so at the time, the Lakers were still young. And Utah was just in their prime savvy vets. But going back to Devin, with Devin Haney, it was a few things that happened with that. One, let's not forget the fact that Ryan Garcia came in a different weight class. The Devin Haney fight, it was a few things that went wrong. The first mistake was Bill and Devin taking it personal. Go back to the press conference that they had the day before the fight, when Bernard Hopkins pushed Bill Haney. Go back to that. When B-Hop pushed Bill. You had that situation with B-Hop and Bill. And then what happened was Bill started taking it personal. That's when Bill Haney was like, nah, man, this is personal. B-Hop shouldn't have did that. B-Hop shouldn't have said that. And then he was like, man, this is personal. We gonna beat Ryan Garcia up. And that's where he fucked up. Hello. And that's where he fucked up. He tried to he went in, he took it personal. And Devin was outboxing Ryan Garcia most of the fight, especially rounds 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6, up into the knockdown. Devin was outboxing Ryan Garcia. But he made the critical mistake of trying to go toe-to-toe with a fighter that was, 1, taller, 2, much heavier than him. So he made that strategic mistake and got his ass pounced on for it. But had Devin, even with the weight differential, had Devin boxed, got in and got out, being cautious of Ryan's power, he would have still won that fight on the scorecards because he wouldn't have got caught. He got caught by Ryan Garcia's only weapon, the left hook. Garcia has one weapon, the left hook, and the nigga got caught by it. So that's what happened with that fight on that level. Rich Richardson, the pick and roll is used every game in the NBA. I promise you, brother. But so that's where the mistake was made right there. But here's the fallout. Here's the fallout with the Ryan Garcia fight. With the Ryan Garcia-Devin Haney fight. My issue was this. Hold on. This was my issue with the fight. It was the fact that you saw all of those people coming together. Like when you saw, what's his name? Floyd, um, Bernard Hopkins. You had all of these niggas. Let me know if it get choppy because I got my Wi-Fi signal back up. So hopefully, Funkadelic big. But let me know if it gets choppy again, y'all, all right? Let me know if it gets choppy. Let me know if it gets choppy. But what happened was I didn't like how boxing is like a coon ass sport. I love boxing. I love it right behind basketball. My second favorite sport behind basketball. But what's up, Jay Jimerson? But is Kobe's 2010 Lakers and LeBron's Cavs? No, they're not. The 2010, 2009 Cavs were a better team than the 2009 Lakers. Kobe just did more with less, okay? Let's make that very clear. Paul Gasol and Antoine Jameson were on the exact same levels at the times of their trades. And they both kept the same numbers they had before their trades. Kobe just did more with Paul Gasol than LeBron did with Antoine Jameson, okay? Back to what we're talking about. Devin Haney, what happened, what I didn't like was you had all of these black men coming together to help the Latino guy. Yes, like somebody says, Cap, no, you niggas don't know basketball if you don't think the 2009 Cavs weren't a better team than the 2009 Lakers. They had a better fucking record, dude. Nike had all the puppet commercials. The 2009 was ready to go. Lakers versus Kobe versus LeBron. LeBron just fucking choked. He just choked. But back to this whole situation with Devin Haney. What I didn't like was you had Bernard Hopkins not cooning it up and giving Devin Haney and doing things at Bill Haney. It's like in boxing's the most racist sport there is out there. Boxing is a sport where the racial lines are extremely clear. Where you saying boxing is a sport of race. Black fighters are the only ones that will themselves with another race. Getting Bill Haney off of his, and then Floyd. There was an interview the other day where Ryan said that it was Floyd that told him to come in overweight. He said it was Floyd that told him to come in overweight. So you have Bernard Hopkins helping him out with the mind games. You have Bomac, a black trainer in the corner behind you. And you have Black Floyd Mayweather, who's not even involved in the situation. I get the trainer. Trainers get paid to train. So I'm not mad. I'm not mad at the trainer. I'm not mad at that. But Floyd ain't even involved. Not even on a promotional level. And he's giving trade secrets to them? It was just a whole bunch of niggas selling out to help a non-black person beat a nigga. That's what that fight was. And you see, I ain't say I'm not mad at Ryan Garcia. I ain't mad at Mexicans. None of that. I'm looking at them jive ass niggas. I'm sorry for that, y'all. I was just getting a text saying that we down for May 24th. May 24th, we're gonna be back in Long Beach doing some music with J-Mo. May 24th. So like May 23rd, we'll be at the premiere for Microphone Check, Tariq's new movie. I'm in that. And then May 24th, we'll be in Long Beach doing some nice live music. Am I going to the reparations rally? Nah. I got business to handle here in LA that weekend. I got business in LA to handle that weekend. Next comedy show, I gotta hit up Tariq to see when the next Hidden History comedy show is. It's probably gonna be that same weekend. It might be Memorial Day weekend. I don't know. I'm gonna hit up Tariq and see when the next Hidden History comedy show is. No, I have not sat down and watched Good Times. I don't want to see the imagery. Although I do support Slink Johnson. That's my nigga right there. That's my nigga right there, playing a baby on Good Times. Slink done been on a lot. People been putting in Slink in all kind of drama and everything, and mad at Slink for playing that role. But I stick by my friends. And Slink is somebody I can call a friend before all the TV shit. So yeah, he took the role. He didn't know it was gonna be all that. Hell, he sees the issues too, but that's still my nigga right there. I would love to come out to Buffalo, but I don't know if I have a following out there. Yeah, but at the same time, as much as I love Slink, I'm not a fan of that show. And me and Slink have had conversations about Good Times. Like I was like, yeah, no, it's some cool ass shit. But it's it's not art. It's Seth MacFarlane. Shows how white people view us. It is. But I'm never mad at the actors. The actors got to get paid, you know. Are you gonna see Sing on Sunday? We got some new Ice Cube, Skylar Wallace. All right, we got some new Ice Cube. Where? I didn't see it. You know, Ice Cube's up is my all-time favorite. Like if I say I have a favorite from my generation, somebody who inspires me to be great, it's Ice Cube. Ice Cube, my all-time favorite, man. Since I don't have any music tomorrow, any shows tomorrow night, this what we doing tomorrow night. Tomorrow at about 11 a.m., I'm going live, and we're going to read Amanda Seales and Issa Rae. I'm going to review some of that interview Amanda Seales had on Shay Shay. And we're going to talk about people who everywhere they go, it's a problem. It seems like everywhere Amanda Seales goes, it's a problem. So we're going to talk about that and then read her cards. And then talk about her dynamic with Issa Rae. And then tomorrow night, we're going to get back on Mixcloud for Incense and Ashtrays. We're going to play some music. Oh, shit, this sty in my eye is kicking. Oh, my God, I shouldn't be touching it. Ah! Shit. I'm not looking pretty as normal. See my teeth are straight? I got little ass teeth too. Yeah, but I agree, Kermit. Issa did her wrong. We're gonna talk about Issa Rae too. Cause Issa Rae is the issue. Like being from LA, man, Issa Rae, that show Insecure was fucking horrible. Issa Rae made LA residents like fucking cornballs. Insecure, let me tell you right now, Insecure was not a good look for Black LA. It was not a good look for us at all. Insecure made us look corny than a motherfucker. I swear to God, that show made us look bad. Not bad in a hood rat kind of way, but it made us look bad in a very, very, like, it made LA niggas look corny than a motherfucker. And the worst part about it is this. The women of LA, all of them, look better than the whole cast of Insecure. Like, Insecure, I'm not saying that women on Insecure are ugly. I'm not saying that at all. I'm not saying that at all. But in that area of Inglewood that they filmed that show, I promise you the women look better than that. Like, I promise you. I can name 3 women right now that live on the block that Issa Rae stayed on in the Dunes that look better than everybody on that show. Shit, man, maybe it's some hoes over on Beach and on Eucalyptus and Inglewood Ave and nigga Hyde Park. Nigga, that whole little pocket of Inglewood. Do y'all understand when it came to Insecure that niggas like me that grew up on the West Side, mostly all of us, got our first pussy in that same area right there. Because that pocket of Inglewood that's now being gentrified, every chick that you fucked with that had her own place either lived in that part of Inglewood or they lived over in Hawthorne, by now where SpaceX is. Like on Doty or in like Rosecrans. Every chick that you fucked with in your your teens and your 20s that had their own spot, everybody got their first spot on the West Side. I ain't talking about them East Side niggas. We did the East Side. We didn't. I learned my lesson. I only fucked with chicks on the East Side a couple of times. The East Side of the chick, you didn't fuck with them. All them East Side chicks was tied to hood niggas. And them Inglewood chicks too, but Inglewood was 50-50. Inglewood, you had gangsters and you had regular chicks. It was 50-50. So back in the 90s and the 2000s, you can get an apartment where Issa Rae stayed on Insecure in the Dunes. You can rent that motherfucker for $550 a month back in the 90s. In the 2000s, $1,000 a month. I mean, no shit, $700 a month in the 2000s. So when you a 19-year-old young man, as I was at that age, well, no. The first chick that I was fucking around with that had her own spot, I was 17. Yeah, I just graduated high school. Well, 18. I was in high school, but I graduated. 17, 18, right there. And I promise you them chicks look way better than the ones on Insecure. The on Insecure did not capture the beauty of the women of Inglewood. I promise you that. Especially Issa Rae. She would have been. Issa Rae was on a scale of 1 to 10 of Inglewood chicks. She's a 4 or 5. 4 or 5 out of the chicks in Inglewood. You know, she's a 4 or 5 relative to the women in Inglewood. Them chicks in Inglewood was nice. She's middle of the road. She's like, okay. Okay. Yeah. So like, Skyler, what's 350? But yeah, that show Insecure made the men look weak as fuck, boy. That show Insecure made all the niggas look like some chumps. Sorry about that, y'all. I'm gonna stand closer to my Wi-Fi. Staying closer to the Wi-Fi. Yeah. So is Shannon Sharp bad for black comics? No. Shannon Sharp is fine. I don't have no issues with Shannon Sharp. Other than him being his cooning, you know? But nah, as far as the club Shay, nah. You know, this we gotta realize. It's a lot of people who did a lot of bad things to people. And we're in the age of exposure. I told y'all in my card reading last year, I said, this is the age of exposure. This is the year of exposure. I didn't know Shannon Sharp would be such a catalyst of exposure. I didn't know that. But this is a year of exposure. So whoever is doing the exposing is just playing their role. There are a lot of bad people who've done a lot of bad things to people that have gotten away with it. And this is how we got to look at the Club Shay and all the exposure stuff that's going on, and all people are saying that comics are fighting and musicians are fighting and singers are fighting. We have to get very clear. A lot of people were done wrong. And people who are done wrong have a voice too. And it's like, we live in a world where people can just fuck people over. And then when someone says something about them fucking people over, the person talking about being fucked over is the problem. You speaking to somebody and me who I've been fucked over in some transactions in life. And I remember one time in particular, there's one dude, and I talked about it on this show about a month ago with Larry. I'm not gonna bring it back up. There's no even point in bringing the nigga's name up anymore, because I said it one time and got it out. No point to acknowledge the whole ass nigga. But little over 10 years ago, I'll never forget when I got fucked over out of a show of mine, and then somebody that was very close to me did something real wrong to me. When I went on, because I'll never forget, I tried to reach out to the person individually. They blocked my phone. The nigga even, do you understand that the whole ass nigga even blocked me on PlayStation? This is back when PlayStation 4 was new. This ain't even PlayStation 3. The nigga, when PlayStation 4 came out, the nigga blocked me on PlayStation. Like, I had bought a car from old boy, and then I had paid the car off. Like, I bought it from him directly. I paid the car off. And dude held my pink slip for like 9 months. And no, I'm not talking about Craig. No, I ain't talking about Craig. I ain't talking about Craig. Make that very clear. That old situation is something else. And I definitely don't want to talk about that situation on the internet with you niggas. I'm gonna let him keep talking about that. DwannBrown's over that. But this ain't Craig. This is a different Pasadena nigga. Well, anyway, I'll make it very clear. I talked about it before. Let's make it very clear. Again, I'm talking about, if you go back to my show I did with Larry about a month ago, the dude used to play in the NBA. All right? This is what I'm talking about. And those of you who saw that show know who I'm talking about. Chat room, you can say the name if you want. I'm not trying to highlight this sorry ass nigga. I'm trying to make a point. The point I'm trying to make is, this particular person was famous. played professional basketball, so they had the bigger profile than I had. And they fucked me over. But my issue was, okay, I could deal with being fucked over. The problem was I had bought a car off this individual that I was financing. And I paid the car off. And I needed my pink slip. And I couldn't get in contact with the person. Not on phone, not on Messenger, nigga, not on the Sidekick. You dig? The nigga blocked me on PlayStation 4. Yes, Kermit. Yes, Kermit. You're right about that person right there. So I had a friend of mine, another person who wanted to buy the truck. The truck that I had bought, it was a Chevy Tahoe. It was a gas guzzler, and I paid it off. But I was ready to get into a Honda because it was just too much in gas. I was like, I'd rather pay a Honda car note than pay this much in gas. And I tried to sell the car. But I couldn't sell the car. Because this whole ass nigga, who was still in the NBA, by the way, held onto my pink slip. And so it went from, okay, you stole my show. It went from, okay, we ain't friends no more, cool, whatever. It went from that to, no, I have a Chevy Tahoe here that's a 2003, got a lot of miles on it. I can't drive to Vegas like I want because I'm a Vegas driving ass nigga. I would leave like right now at 10 o'clock at night to go to Vegas on a whim. There have been plenty of times my wife, the one I was talking to earlier about this wine, I'd be like, baby, you want to go to Vegas? Let's go right now. That's how I get down. And I couldn't do it. So I had a buyer for my car. And the nigga held on to my pink slip out of spite over some shit that I didn't do. I wasn't even accused of doing anything. I still don't know. I still don't even know why we ain't cool. Like, we've never even had that conversation. Whatever. But you're holding on to my pink slip. I had somebody ready to buy the car for like $6,500. They were gonna buy that Tahoe for like $6,500 cash. But I couldn't sell them the Tahoe because I didn't have the pink slip. So what I did was, my only recourse was Facebook. I knew the whole ass nigga didn't like being talked about in public. So I went on Facebook and I spent about 10 hours that day going in on this nigga. I used to work at my day job back then. I used to have, work with kids. And on Fridays, we had to do progress notes. Well, not on Friday. That was the day I did my progress notes. When you work for the county, when you work with children, you got to write a note for every interaction you have with that child. So I would always save my note writing day for Friday. This particular Friday, I didn't have time for them notes. I needed my pink slip. He wouldn't give it to me. So I went on social media and I drugged that nigga through the mud. Talked about how he can't catch, about how his homeboy was fucking his girl. I talked about how much of a hoe that nigga was. I talked about how much that nigga used to talk behind Chris Paul's back. He used to talk shit about Chris Paul. Are you back, man? Chris Paul here to make you better, nigga. Why are you talking shit about Chris Paul? Like, dude. I talked about how Chris Paul tried to get at that nigga girl at the concert. Yes, I went in on that nigga. I went in. And then people came to me like, Dwan, why are you doing that? You work with children. You shouldn't be that way. Nigga, I'm broke. Do you know working with children don't pay no fucking money? And I got somebody that's ready to buy my fucking car?
that I need to sell because it'd be cheaper for me to pay this Honda car note on this used Honda I'm about to buy than it is to put gas in this fucking car. And I got this rich nigga with an NBA contract on TV every night and won't give me my fucking pink slip on a car that I paid off 9 months ago. So yeah, I went online and I went in. But to the people, and this is, I didn't have no kind of public profile back then. This is 2013, 14. So I probably have 1,000 Facebook friends, 600 Twitter followers, 200 Instagram followers. Nobody on YouTube. I think I have 5 followers on YouTube because I wasn't even posting videos on YouTube back then. Me and this cat actually had a podcast together. So I didn't really have much of a profile. So people looked at me like, Dwan, that person's in the NBA. Why are you doing this to them? You can get them cut from the team. Dwan, you shouldn't say that. That can mess with that person's career. That's what I was getting from people who I thought were friends. That's the response I got. Dwan, that person's in the NBA. What are you doing? I'm like, y'all don't even know this nigga. I went to church with you. But people take the side of whoever's more famous. People take the side of whoever's famous. And I didn't say that to bring up, and like I said, y'all said the name. I didn't bring up the name. Read the chat room. People in the chat room are right about the name. But it's not about the person. It's about the story. I've personally been involved in situations where even people who know you will take the side of somebody else because that person is more popular and famous. When my issue with that person wasn't the popularity or fame. My issue was I had a car I wanted to sell and I couldn't sell it. And I didn't sell it. That person ended up buying a different car. But I'll tell you this, I went in on that person on a Friday. And the reason why I went in was because that person had called me to let me know, D, it's okay. I found another car. And guess what kind of car they bought? They bought a Chevy Tahoe for the same price I was going to sell my Tahoe for, but the Tahoe that they bought had 25,000 more miles on it. That was news that I had gotten that Friday morning. The Tahoe that I wanted to sell, the Tahoe that I needed to sell, the person that was going to buy it bought a different Tahoe that had 25,000 more miles on it for the same price. So yes, I was mad. And I went in on Facebook on a Friday. Guess what happened that Monday? That Monday, I got my pink slip. You tell me it didn't work out in my favor, going in online. 9 months of attempted direct communication didn't give me my pink slip. One Facebook and Twitter clowning session got me my pink slip within 3 days. So sometimes it's necessary. You don't know what people are going through. You just know one person is a celebrity and the other person isn't. And your confirmation bias is going to have you side with the celebrity because you're comfortable with the celebrity. You know the celebrity. You think you know the celebrity, I should say, because you see them on TV every day. So you think you know them. So because you think you know them, you're going to side with them, not thinking that that particular celebrity is a fucking scumbag. So when people was talking about my issue that I had with old boy, the friendship, whatever, I don't give a fuck about friendship. Nigga, I ain't worried about that. I got a wife. You see, my wife was with me back then. I still got her. I love that woman too, shit. I love my wife's little short ass. Shit, she get mad when I call her short, but like, baby, you a foot shorter than me. I love my wife. She's still here. Man, my friends are still here. I still got my friends. And I got some lovely friends, man. Like, I'm such a blessed person. I was texting one of my homeboys today, my boy Ronnie. He's the one I tell you that's a cop. One of the highest up in one of the police departments. Out there in a different county though. He don't live out near me no more. But my boy, who's my middle school, one of my best friends, I was texting him today, and we gonna meet up for lunch next week. We you know how it is when you get older. I got gray chin hairs. I probably see my boy once every other year, every 18 months. I don't think I've seen him since 2022. But we gonna meet up for lunch next week. You know what I mean? We don't talk every day. You know, when he became a cop, you know, he got a different set of friends. I'm still me over here. I'm doing what I do. This nigga from India. You know, I'm from LA, and that's one of my best friends. We still friends. Like, I love that motherfucker. You know. One of my other homeboys from high school, I've been on since I was 3. We talked the other day. We gonna meet up for lunch pretty soon. Like, I'm solid. You know what I mean? I got love. So it wasn't about friendship when it came to that. I'm surrounded in beautiful people. I stopped by my parents' house today. After I got my oil change, I stopped by my parents' house. They weren't at home. But it felt good to take my father's trash cans in, you know? Because I had to pass their house to come home, so it was a trash day. It felt good to stop by my dad's house and be able to wheel the trash cans in, so my dad ain't got to. Like, I'm immersed in love. But that was business. I could have made money on a sale. And, oh shit, I'm over here switching the camera around. Let y'all know where I'm at. Well, I'm in the alley. Y'all can't know where the fuck I'm at. But, so ultimately, I ended up trading in my Chevy Tahoe. But instead of getting $6,500 for it, I got $2,500 for it on the trade-in. So this particular person that did some fuck shit to me, that at the time was still, it is who I am. At the time, this nigga still played for the Clippers. I was doing comedy, even though my following wasn't big, I was in comedy and I knew the right people. I could have gotten the right people to trash his name so that he never got another NBA contract, because the NBA is very sensitive on image. One thing about the NBA is very image conscious, especially back then. This is when David Stern was still the commissioner, right before Adam Silver took over. Or Adam may have just taken over. This is right after. No, David Stern is still the commissioner. This is before Adam Silver took over. And we're still dealing with post Detroit Pistons melee in the Palace, NBA, where the NBA is very image conscious. The NBA is very image conscious 2012, 2013. Please understand how the NBA was extremely sensitive about its image. So sensitive, people don't even know that that November 2012, I think it was, Zach Randolph knocked out Kendrick Perkins in the tunnel of a Memphis Grizzlies versus Oklahoma City Thunder game because Perkins talked some shit. And I know this because I was in the Clippers tunnel and the Clippers played against the Heat that night. And I heard Savannah James, LeBron's wife, she was talking to Jada, Chris Paul's wife, and she had gotten a text message. And then Gloria had gotten a text message, Matt Barnes' wife. I used to always kick it with the NBA wives. When me and Ryan used to kick it, when I used to be at them Clipper games, I used to always be in the friends and family room with the Clippers. And I was hella cool with all of the wives. And they were all getting text messages from the wives that were at that Memphis Grizzly game saying that Zach Randolph had just knocked out Kendrick Perkins. The only thing you saw on ESPN was there was an altercation at the arena. Zach Randolph was released on his own recognizance. Like, Zach had gotten arrested that night because he knocked Kendrick Perkins out. Most of you niggas don't know that. I'm bringing that up because the NBA was very image conscious. So the NBA shut that story down. They didn't want nothing about these niggas coming out. So I said that to say, even as angry as I was at that time, I could have really flamed him out to the Clippers. I had the cell phone number of the lady who was one of the people who ran the Clippers, like, organization. We was very cool. I became being in the friends and family room with the Clippers that year. I became very cool with a lot of people within that organization. Some nigga, if you watching, I'm still cool with today. So I still know what's going on in the NBA. With that being said, I could have taken that and slandered his name. I could have brought up some things that outside of that I knew was going on in his life that I still, even though he's a scumbag, bitch-ass nigga, I still wouldn't bring up because I have a certain code of ethics. I could have really done that at that time. And if I had done that because he was a borderline bench warmer, now if you're dealing with somebody who can give you 26 points a night or 13 rebounds a night or 15 assists a night, there's nothing you can do image-wise. The NBA is going to keep them. But if you're dealing with a borderline marginal player, especially as they get older in age and advance and the NBA contracts get higher and higher, which could because you're now a 10-year vet, so now your minimum is $1 million, 1.2, when a rookie minimum is 500,000. When you're at that point, anything to tarnish your image, you're never getting another NBA contract. The lame nigga ended up holding on to the NBA for another 2 or 3 seasons after that. But had I ever said anything, that wouldn't have happened. But even though these things happened, I still wasn't going to get in the way of that man's money. Even though that man cost me $4,000 at a time I wasn't making any money, because what was Dwan doing at the time? I was working with kids. At that time, I had stopped playing the drums at church, so that money I was getting playing the drums at church wasn't coming in. And if you niggas know how much church musicians get paid, that's a cool amount of money. So I wasn't playing the drums anymore this time. So, like, my money was meager. I was like, at that time, I was just coming out of a bankruptcy from some shit that happened, because I was balling in the 2000s. At that time, I'm just coming out of bankruptcy. My money is not right. I got my own spot. Like I said, it's cool because thank God I've never had a roommate. I've always been able to live in LA without having a roommate and afford LA rent. So I'm not bad either. You know, I'm not like I'm fucked up. I'm not fucked up. I'm living in LA, in the city, during gentrification, and I ain't got kicked out, and I could well afford my place, so I'm not like fucked up. but I'm not right either. And y'all know what I'm talking about when that line between not being fucked up but not being right. That's where I was financially at that time. And I lost $4,000. And with that being said, people still came at me because I talked about somebody with a profile. And I lost while still staying silent and seeing him sign more NBA contracts and make millions while I'm fucked up. Y'all hear me? So I said that to say, when I read Amanda Seales tomorrow on my show, let's be very clear. I've never been an Amanda Seales fan. I'm not an Amanda Seales fan at all. But at the same time, I hear what that sister's saying about being frozen out and what her issue was at Insecure. And I know brothers who wrote on that show and who were on that show. A few cats from our comedy day ones, people that I have booked on shows at the Hidden History Museum have been and written and performed on that show. I don't like the show, and my friends are on. That's why I never publicly trash the show, because my friends have made money from Issa Rae in that show. But when I heard that sister speak, I understood what she was saying about how, like, when the person with the profile is the person in control of the narrative. And that's why I love cards so much, because I forgive people. I went back on my life, and let me show you how much I appreciate that time. Like, if I ever saw Ryan Hollins again, I would thank him for that experience. I needed that. That was a time in my life where I was going through a lot of things. I wasn't quite myself at either. So at the same time, I could forgive old boy, because although he did some whole ass shit, I wasn't the person I needed to be. I was really going through a lot. I was really going through an era during that time of my life of self-discovery, of realizing I wasn't the person my ego told me I was, but not quite knowing who I am. Have y'all ever been at that point in your life? When you're at that point to where you're realizing you're not quite that person you said you were in your 20s, that you thought you were. You ain't that. You realize I'm not that. But who the fuck am I now? I was at that point in my life during that time. So, and I'm the kind of person that, like, with friendships, if I feel like a friend is tripping, especially back then, not now, but back then, I was the kind of friend that will go over and beyond to make all of my friends comfortable and feel good. So if I felt like one of my friends was feeling a certain way, I would go over and beyond to make sure they didn't feel that way. And that's no way to be either, you know? So in a lot of ways, I needed that break. Old boy went on to be whoever the fuck he grew up to be. I don't know who he is now. And I went on to be who I am. And that time when I lost that money When I went through that abrupt change is what I needed to spur the journey to find out who I am. That's where you got to know in life, you're always where you need to be. In life, you're always where you need to be. But while you're there, the question is this: are you living your life in regret and anger? Or are you realizing this is where I am? Where did I go wrong? And what do I need to do to go right? If you're asking yourself at all times, what do I need to do in this moment to make the right move? You're going to get to where you need to be. Or you're going to repeat the same issue again. That's why you can't even hold grudges to people. I don't hold grudges to anybody on this planet. I don't have a grudge with anybody. Because even the people who have quote unquote fucked me over, they were at the end of the day still master teachers. Because the only time you get to the point to where you're fucked over is if you didn't learn the lessons along the way. There are always like micro lessons, micro conflicts we come across. We always come across these micro conflicts. And do you learn the lesson from the micro conflict, or do you keep conflicting with it until it becomes a macro conflict? And then when it becomes a macro conflict, that's when you start crying and shit and blaming other people. What's up, Amir? I swear I would make Amir a mob, but that nigga be too goddamn drunk. I swear I would make Amir a mob, but that nigga be drunk than a motherfucker. You be drunk than a motherfucker, dog. So I can't. Nah, you do some drunk shit that come up the next. You be done banned all of my goddamn good followers because your ass is drunk, typing at midnight and shit. I just made Lori a mod. King Ed, I'm with you. I don't hold grudges. And I do deny access to toxic, abusive people. Both exist at the same time. Look, people act like forgiveness and not holding grudges means accepting people. No, I don't accept. No, I understand. And the understanding is for me, not for them. It's about allowing myself to release my anger so that I can move on and fly. I gotta fly, yo. I gotta fly. I can't fly with dead weight. I'm fat enough, nigga. You see this stomach? Nigga, I'm fat enough. I don't need no more weight, nigga. I had a physical last week. I'm 325, motherfucker. This is the lowest weight I've been in a long time. I used to be pushing 405, motherfucker. I was 310 when I graduated high school. I'm at 325, motherfucker. But I can't hold on to it. I gotta fly. So I understand. And the reason why I can have these conversations with you guys is because I let it go. I had a YouTube channel for a long time, and I didn't talk about a lot of this stuff. But I could talk about it as lessons for you guys. You can go through some shit and let it go. But at the same time, if somebody fucks you over, feel free to drop their name. This is the age of exposure. This is 8 of hearts. So what? I'm also at the same time saying, like, no. Those days of protecting scumbags are over. Scumbags exist in the darkness. Understand that. Scumbags exist in the dark. So yeah, sometimes a scumbag got to be named. Hey world, that individual's a scumbag. Beware. So I don't know, Lori, I don't know if it was you or whoever asked a question about Club Shay Shay, but Club Shay Shay is being used by God right now. I don't even know if he thinks if it's intentional with him. But that has been the vehicle of people who've been screwed over expressing being screwed over. Here's the answer. Don't screw people over, and there'll be nothing to expose. What if you lived in that world? Oh, I'm sorry, there go Heathcliff. There go Heathcliff. Oh, he's walking the other way. I was gonna, let's see. Now, if I get away, I'll lose my Wi-Fi and I'll lose you guys. But there's this cat out here in the alley where I live. This little golden cat. I call this little nigga Heathcliff. This little cat be beating up all the other cats. I be out here smoking, and this motherfucker will come out and all you hear is rah, 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 rah. And this is one cat. I done seen this one cat whoop like 9 other cats' ass over the last 2 weeks. I started calling that nigga Heathcliff. This little motherfucker be out here regulating. He been coming around here for like about a year now. And this nigga be getting all the other, like, it be all kind of pregnant cats around here. I ain't seen Heathcliff in a couple weeks. I mean, in a couple days, I said. That nigga Heathcliff be whooping ass. I swear I swear it's this cat out here. I named the nigga Heathcliff. This motherfucker be up and down his alley whooping ass. I hate cats. But I like this cat. Like, I hate cats. But this is I'm 42 years old. This is the first cat in my life I've ever liked. This motherfucker be up and down his alley whooping ass, controlling all the other cats. I be out, what up, bang? I be out here smoking like this nigga here. This cat be out here whooping ass. My wife was out here when the eclipse came. Y'all remember when that eclipse hit? We had a partial eclipse, so my wife came out, and we was out here looking at the partial eclipse. And all we heard was, she was like, what's that? I was like, oh, shit, that's my nigga Heathcliff. She was like, Heathcliff? I was like, this nigga be out here whooping ass. What up, man? I was like, I was like, baby, this is the 3rd or 4th ass whooping this cat done gave in this alley this week. This little nigga running things. I was gonna get a video of him, but he walked the other way. But yeah, I don't remember like Dame Dash. Yeah. King Ed said, "Please don't take us down the aliens rabbit hole." Nah, yeah, I believe. I'm not about to go on. I don't have any experience with aliens, so there's no rabbit hole I could take you down. But I do understand that they do exist. I love the universe. This is fucking beautiful. Like, do you think we live here alone? Like, no. The ocean, all that shit that goes on in the ocean. You think we're here alone? No, hell no. It's a cloudy night tonight, but I'm in love with the sky at night. I love coming back here, smoking weed, listening to the Ozzy Brothers, watching the stars. Matter of fact, when I'm done talking to y'all, that's exactly what I'm be doing. I'm turning my Apple. Matter of fact, I'm about to go in there and roll another blunt. When I'm done talking to y'all, I'm gonna roll another blunt, be listening to the Ozzy Brothers and Earth and Fire tonight. Sipping on Cab Franc, Rancho Sasqua, Central Coast, California. This winery is right behind Michael Jackson's Never Neverland Ranch in Santa Maria, California. If you Google Michael Jackson's Neverland Ranch, and then Google this winery called Rancho Sasqua, it's in that same region. I love Rancho Sasqua. And they're not too expensive either, but I love going to that winery. Me and the wife go every 2-3 months to do our pickups. And this is a 2018 Cab Franc, Cabernet Franc. And they're a very affordable winery. So if you're in Southern California, I recommend you go there because their wine bottles are very affordable. I've told them if they charge double for their wine, I'd still pay it because it's that good. Like if they charge double for their wine, I'd pay it, like no problem. Rancho Sasqua. Did I hear Godfrey on Club Shay Shay speak on how we aren't organized in crime? No, I don't remember that part, but we don't do organized crime. Black people, when it comes to crime, we're very disorganized. Like we're one of the few groups on the planet that don't have organized crime. The Japanese got it, the Chinese got it, the Nigerians got it, the goddamn we ain't got it. The Mexicans got it. The Woomty Wham Boomty Bams with the Humpty Ham hats got it. If you dig what I'm saying. Nigga, if you don't get some new brakes with that loud ass squeak. Y'all heard that squeak? God damn, your brakes is crying like that, motherfucker. Get them motherfuckers fixed. Shit. I was at the shop today thinking I heard my brake squeak one time, but they was like, nah, you good. No, Nigerians aren't black according to Nigerians. My whole life, Nigerians say, I'm not black, I'm Nigerian. So cool, they're not black. Black has always been the moniker of the black American. Now, if you want to fight that, then fight etymology. But black has always been an American term for black Americans. Now, I do think Nigerians are my brothers and sisters, but no, they claim Nigeria, so I respect their decision to claim Nigerian. Nigga. When it comes to race, the most disrespectful thing you can do, let me put my anthropology hat on as somebody who minored in cultural anthropology. As somebody who minored in cultural anthropology, let me tell you this. The most disrespectful thing you can do to any race or culture is to assign your cultural beliefs and expectations onto that race or culture. If you want to respect any race or culture, You have to allow them to define themselves and agree with their definition of themselves. That's how you respectfully engage with other races and cultures. And 8 out of 10 Nigerians I meet call themselves Nigerians, not black. So being someone who respects people's definitions of themselves, I respect their definition of themselves as Nigerian. It will be culturally disrespectful for me to call them black if they call themselves Nigerian. Dig it? I'm a different kind of nigga. You don't want to hit me with the cliches. So follow me, please. Don't challenge me. If you do, you're going to get a different kind of answer than you're used to, okay? Northside Dre asks, do you think LeBron's Laker tenure has been a failure? Yes. And no, I do not count the bubble championship. That was the YMCA championship. The Lakers have had a whole bunch of first-round exits. He missed the playoffs twice and a whole bunch of sweeps. And even when it comes to the Lakers have always had a rule. It ain't a championship unless you can get 2 in a row. Shaq had that pressure. Magic had that pressure. Kobe had that pressure. We don't change the rules because LeBron James is here. If you go back and listen to Shaq, any Shaq interview in the year 2000, 2001, listen to Shaq talk. Shaq said the standard in Lakerland is 2 championships. So if I don't win 2, it doesn't count. Shaq said that in 2001. Look it up. What did Kobe say in 2009? We got 1, but as a Laker, it doesn't count. The Laker standard is 2 in a row. That's the Laker standard that was established by Magic Johnson and Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. That's always been the Lakers. Now the rest of the NBA, they suck. Y'all not Lakers. We Lakers. We flex. The Lakers standard's always been 2 in a row. LeBron didn't meet the Lakers standard, so yes, his tenure has in fact been a failure. Now you new bronsexual fans, fuck y'all. Y'all don't count. If you didn't come home from school listening to Chick Hearn and Stu Lantz, nigga, fuck you. If you didn't watch the Laker games on KCAL 9, if you don't know what it's like to come home from school, watch Video Soul, and then turn the Lakers on at 9, and then Martin came on at 8 on a Thursday, so you flipping back and forth between Martin and the Lakers. If you don't know what it's like to flip back and forth between KCAL 9 and the Lakers, or Prime Ticket, usually is Prime Ticket, those games. The Lakers are in the second quarter, but Martin's on. You can't miss Martin. And you're watching Martin, and then you got to flip back to the Lakers when Martin's on commercial. But then you got Nick Van Exel and Cedric Ceballos on the fast break. But you know Martin back on. There's no DVR. There's no TiVo. There's no YouTube so you can watch the highlights. You have to make a decision. Watch Martin or watch the Lakers. If you haven't lived through that, then fuck your opinion on the Lakers and LeBron James. Fuck your opinion. I mean, for real, fuck your opinion. Yes, I am better than you. No cap, Kyle. If you wrote that you think you're better than us because you're older, yes. Since you wrote, do I think I'm better than you? Then let me confirm your suspicion. Yes, I do think I'm better than you. And let me take it further. I am better than you. Anyway, if you didn't have to make that decision between flipping the control, and then back then, me and my dad, we only had cable on the living room TV. So my dad was like, man, you ain't about to be flipping this control back and forth. You know, old black men like you gonna fuck up the control, shit. You ain't gonna be flipping back and forth, goddammit. So me and my brother, we'd have Martin on in the bedroom, and then living single. We can get past living single, but we couldn't miss Martin. We'd have Martin on in the bedroom, and we had the Lakers on in the living room. Because Martin would be on Channel 11, that's regular TV. The Lakers would be on Prime Ticket, that's cable. And so when Martin would come back in on, we run back in there and watch Martin. And then while we watching Martin, you hear Chick Hearn, Nick Van Exel coming down the court. Nick Van Exel passes to Eddie Jones. Eddie Jones to the wing. Eddie Jones, here's Sabatos. Here's Sabatos, Elton Campbell. Elton Campbell back to Nick Van Exel. Nick Van Exel, Eddie Jones, oh, slam dunk. And then you run back in there to watch the Lakers. Because again, you don't have the DVR. You can't rewind back then. And you be like, fuck, I missed that dunk. And then you run back in and watch Martin. And then Pam is saying some shit to Gina, and she clowning Martin, you little short nigga. Well, she didn't say nigga on the show, but y'all know what I mean. And you watching Martin, you laughing your ass off, and then you hear Cedric Sabatos with the ball, and you run back in the living room. Nigga, if you don't know that struggle, then fuck your opinion on the Lakers. I mean, for real. Oh my God. You know what? You know what's the cool part about like being my size? People that talk shit about my size but still be listening to me talk. I win. Homie in the chat room. You're still captivated by me. Ooh. Mod, please do not block that person. Let them sit here in anger. But the Lakers, man, shit. So LeBron didn't meet that standard. We saw Shaq, like Lakers fans, if you guys can look on YouTube, it might still be on YouTube. There was a game against the Portland Trailblazers in either 98 or 99. I'm not sure if it was 98 or 99. But Shaq was like playing real lazy. And it was a game against the Trailblazers. And Arvydas Sabonis beat Shaq down the court like twice in a row. And the whole Great Western Forum started booing Shaq. And this is prime Shaq. This is 26-year-old, 25-year-old Shaq. When the world loves Shaq. The Great Western Forum in Inglewood booed that nigga. It was like, boo, nigga, you ain't playing hard. Like, LA fans boo Shaq. And then you get these new bronzexual niggas that get mad because you put out a tweet. You niggas are soft and weak, and your daddy don't like you. That's why he ain't around. Your daddy ain't around because your daddy probably still likes your mom. But your daddy realized that he raised a bitch. And so he was out. So what happens is Shaq got booed. And then go to 2006, 2005, when Shaq left the Lakers, and it was just Kobe. When Laker fans, that first half of that season, when Shaq left, when Kobe first got back, that first week of the season, Kobe got booed like a motherfucker. They was booing the shit out of Kobe in 2005. It was like, nigga, you ran Shaq out of here. Boo. Do you know what got Laker fans to stop booing Kobe? It was the 62 points in 3 quarters against the Mavericks. That's when the boos started to kind of calm down. What got Laker fans to stop booing Kobe was the 81-point game. Even the 62-point game, Laker fans were still like, okay, you scored 62 and 3, but you still ran Shaq out of town, nigga. Fuck you. It was when Kobe scored 81. That's when Laker fans was like, all right. Mind you, at the time, Kobe had already given us 3 rings. Laker fans didn't give a fuck that Kobe had given us 3 rings. It was like, you gave us 3 rings. So what? Nigga, we need more. Magic gave us 5. What the fuck is 3 rings? That's what Laker fans were saying. Laker fans were like, what the fuck is 3 rings? Magic gave us 5. What are you doing, Kobe? So when Kobe won that 5th ring, it took Kobe to win 5 rings for Laker fans to be like, okay, he might be as good as Magic. And that's the truth. And then you get these bronzexual niggas that'll come in and be like, LeBron got us to a play-in game. Man, get your weak asses out of here, nigga. Get your weak ass out of here. I ain't got no tolerance for weak ass niggas. That's right, Ben. I ain't got no problem. I ain't got no tolerance for weak ass niggas. Especially when we're talking about sports. You're just watching TV. What you mad at? The stupid ass question out of here. Lost in the forest. Yeah, all right. It's starting to get stupid here. You said, why is the league obsessed with promoting foreign-born players than American players? Because the NBA is trying to do what baseball did, and what the NFL is trying to do, and exile Black Americans. That's what they're attempting to do. They don't want us up there being the face of the league. Adam Silver's running the NBA into the trash. Damn, I've been here more than 2 hours. I'm gonna get the fuck up out of here. Like, fuck y'all. Nigga. Been talking to y'all for 2 goddamn hours. I'm about to roll this blunt and listen to Miles Davis. Listen to George Clinton. There's this new lady I just got turned on to last week. This artist, her name is Brandy Evans. Look her up. She plays the harp. She has the album. I've been grooving this album all goddamn week, cause she played a harp like a motherfucker. I'm not gonna smoke on her, dang. Yeah, her got your email. I'm gonna read her tomorrow when I read Amanda Seales and Issa Rae. Tomorrow's show is gonna be on. We're gonna read Amanda Seales and Issa Rae and their dynamic, and talk about that Club Shay Shay interview. And then after that, I'm gonna read your email, Hurt, and then we're gonna be reading some of y'all. Oh, look at this. Frosty. I'm gonna roll this blunt with y'all, and then when I'm done rolling this blunt, I'm logging off. Hell no, I ain't watched no fucking draft. See, I don't fuck with football no more. But even when I did fuck with football, that draft boring as fuck, man. I like sports for the competition. I ain't about to spend all goddamn day watching no goddamn draft. That racist ass draft. That shit remind me, I can't get the ISIS paper out of my mind when I see that draft. Look at that nigga run. Look at how fast that nigga jump. Look at how quick that nigga move. Fuck the draft. I'm about to watch that slave auction. The NFL draft is a simulation of a fucking slave auction. Hell no. Nope. I had not watched no NFL draft. I ain't watched 2 seconds of no goddamn draft. Hell no, I ain't watched no goddamn draft. I like these blunts. Hemp papers. Hell no. This is a California gold nugget. Nah. I don't know what the, I got like a lot of shit. I got a lot of weed. I got these shrooms too though. I'm gonna be on these sometime this weekend. I'm going to Vegas this weekend. Woo-wee. Yeah, buddy. Yeah. I think these are coming to me with Vegas. These are coming to me. These are coming with me to Vegas. Yeah. I don't do them candy bars and gummies no more. I need the actual shroom, nigga. These are coming to me with Vegas this weekend, so I can be with the lights. Ooh. Yeah, the NBA draft is a slave auction too. I don't watch either of the drafts. But the NFL draft is more egregious. They're more upfront with the... They're not even making... The NFL draft don't even have the decency to make it undertones. But no, I don't watch the NBA draft either. I don't watch the NBA draft either. Too slave auction-ish. Too slave auction-ish. Jay Daniels. Yeah, Jay Daniels gonna be good. But I don't give a damn about them damn drafts. That shit's stupid. I only have one relationship with sports. The game itself. I like seeing people go out there on the field / court to compete. I don't give a fuck about these people's personal lives. I don't give a fuck about what they going through, they whole backstory to get there. I don't give a fuck about none of these athletes. I just want to see a good game and then get back to my own black ass life. I don't worship these niggas. I learned my lesson in 1991, September 91. September 91, I walked home from school by myself from Coliseum Elementary, and my dad hadn't gotten home yet. No. Then my dad hadn't gotten home. He was on the way home. And I was watching the TV, and there was a press conference with Magic Johnson. And I was like, what's going on? And then my dad had just gotten home. And my mom got home. And right when my mom got home, my dad, Magic was just saying, I have to retire from the Lakers due to the HIV virus. And if you grew up in LA, you know what Magic meant to us. That was one of the hardest moments of your life. Because in 1991, you thought that AIDS meant death. So it was like, not only is Magic about to leave the Lakers, Magic is about to die. That's what niggas was thinking in 1991 because during that time, everybody with AIDS died pretty fast. AIDS, HIV, whatever. So that was a very tough moment for LA residents. But I realized this in that moment. No matter how much you love a celebrity, no matter how much you love an athlete, they're just regular people. And in my 10-year-old mind, I was able to conclude that if Magic Johnson, the person who I thought was the biggest superhero on earth at that time, if Magic could get AIDS or HIV, then a celebrity is no different or better than me or you. So as a 10-year-old, I realized, wow, maybe these athletes and celebrities ain't no people worth worshiping. If they can get AIDS like any of us or any regular person, then why should I treat them different than a regular person? This is how I was thinking at 10. If Magic can get AIDS, that means Magic is no different or no better than a regular person. So why should I, at any point in my life, ever treat Magic or anybody else on that level different than my next door neighbor, my cousin, my friend at school? So I said that to say, with all due respect to Magic, fuck celebrities. They're just people who are out there for us to be entertained from. That's it. That's it. Be entertained and move on and live your life. That's all. Go to DwannB.com. Go to breakthroughcards.com. Scan this. What is your card? Breakthroughcards.com, Breakthrough Cardology. Book your reading. And all that shit. Alright? And remember this. There are no perfect messengers, only perfect messages for those willing to pick up the game. I'm out.